What is up, YouTube? What is up, YouTube? Uh-oh. Well, good evening, everybody. It is yet another day. It is yet another day. And here we are, live, here on YouTube. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are live. Oh my goodness. Why are we live? I don't know. I ask myself that question every day. No, seriously, there's reasons. Those reasons are sometimes good reasons. Sometimes those reasons are not so good. But I think usually they're good reasons. I think it's because I like being live. I think it's also because I don't really know how to make content. So I have a lot of practice to do. I need to make YouTube videos. And we kind of need to talk about that. Obviously, I need to not be so this is what we're going to do this stream. This is what we're going to do today. No. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. I definitely don't have a script prepared. No, I don't, actually. It's just, that's part of the problem. I seem to have this ability to come up with ideas a lot. Okay. I seem to have this improvisation kind of problem where I can improvise. But I can't seem to make edited content. But, I think it's I need to start learning how to come up with a plan. And I've attempted this so many times. It's not even funny. I've attempted to come up with a plan. I've written stuff down. I'm I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna do this. And it's I just can't seem to. And maybe that's kind of what we can explore today. This evening on Wednesday, February 22nd. I am a few weeks away from going in for my facial surgery. So you guys don't have to look at this mess anymore. Because I know I'm just so ugly. But no, I'm seriously though. Seriously, I feel ugly as fuck. And it's not, obviously people do think I'm attractive. So it's not about other people. It's never been about other people. Okay? And people have been here since the beginning or for a very long time. You guys have known what's been going on with me. I think it's part of the beauty of streaming. Just the whole medium of live streaming is that people, and also I just obviously YouTubing as well, because YouTubing and streaming go hand in hand together for a lot of content, depending on your kind of content you make. I feel my style of content, I feel streaming goes hand in hand with it, because a lot of my content I'll make on stream. That's just kind of the way I work, is I need to get things moving. Once things are moving, and this is one of the things I should write down, right? Let's go. Strengths, weaknesses, and, let's see. Strengths and weaknesses. It's probably good to start, right? Strengths and weaknesses. I think my strengths, is I'm good at improvisation. Hey, what's up, Subby Medusa? Welcome back. Been a long time no see, it has been. Subby Medusa. I'm trying to remember. I apologize if I don't remember you. I'm so sorry. That name sounds very familiar. Name sounds very familiar. Princess Medusa. Oh, you changed your name. I kind of remember Medusa. I remember you. You came in while I was playing Smite, right? You played Medusa on Smite. I'm pretty sure. Because you're one of the viewers that came in when I was playing playing Smite. And if not, I apologize. I'm pretty damn sure. Pretty damn sure. It does that when I press because I have to switch my microphones. I have different buttons on my mice, and it is like controlled, like control something, like control alt or something. Good at improvisation. Define good though. Like, what is define good? Like, I don't know, what is good when I'm talking about improvisation? Because I think there's a difference between like what people, because I think we need to differentiate. Because on one hand, there's what people like, what I'm good at doing, and what people observe me at, like people's judgment of me being good or bad at something. Because you can technically be good at something, like not like doing the activity of it, right? Those are two different things. Because I'm very good at the activity of streaming, but I'm not a good streamer. I mean, I guess so. Some people say I'm a good streamer. I'm not popular. I think that's the difference. But I'm not popular for a reason. Because in order to get popular, you have to grow somewhere. And I've been growing a few places, but not really places that convert over to YouTube or TikTok or streaming. Like, that's a different... I'm focusing on a couple different things in my life right now. If you want to follow everything, you can follow my bio at Rebecca Lauren. Or just give me a Google search. But you know, like the thing is like as far as like this space goes, like the streaming space, the YouTubing space, like all that kind of stuff, you really have to be popular first. And like, yeah, I think like over time, I have a very sustainable streaming model because I'm not trendy. I have like things to say. I have a unique perspective on life. And when I said I have things to say, I have meaningful things to say. Like, I actually contribute in some way, even if it's small. I don't just copy other people. Like, I have a very sustainable model for my content, especially my stream. But the thing is like, I don't know how to convert that over into a digestible YouTube format. And that's been the challenge because I can talk for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours straight. That's a skill. But using that and focusing it and creating content for YouTube is a completely different skill. You understand? And so in order to get discovery in this kind of realm of content, you have to be making YouTube videos. And I have to ask myself so many times, like, what is interesting about me? And I'm not saying this like, obviously, like, there's a reason you came back. There's a reason all my viewers come back. There's a reason my moderators are still around. Like, there's something going on. But, like, something going on in potential is not the same as, like, actually being successful at something. And I've been trying to pinpoint that for quite some time. And obviously, I don't know, I think it's just, you know, I'm going through a lot in my life, so there's that too. I'm literally going in for a facial surgery in a few weeks. And I don't have any idea how I'm gonna look right afterwards. I'm gonna post a picture on my Twitter, so be on the lookout for a very ugly picture of me that's gonna come out. I might look great right off the bat. No, I'm not gonna look great. I'm gonna look all swollen up. My face is gonna be fucked up. I'm gonna have like a bunch of like thankfully I'm gonna have like bandages. You don't have to see the incisions and all that. Apparently they're really good at what they do, the surgeon, and like apparently there's a reason why doctors make a lot of money. Apparently, I mean, I thought it was just because they got lucky. No, there's a reason why people pay doctors so much money. They're in charge of making sure that you have good medical results. They're in charge of making sure that you don't die on the operating table, that, you know, especially the anesthesiologist or whatever. You're 1 year of transitioning. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I remember my first year. It's hard. It's hard. But, you know, I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that you made it. It's really fucking hard. And, I don't know, here's another thing, is like me being transgender. I don't want that to be the central focus of my content. But I end up knowing a lot about it because I am literally an expert on it, because I'm going through it. And because there's no real choice but to pay attention to the discourse that's been going on. There's like a few people that I consider are appropriate people to speak for us, and because and a lot of people in the trans community do not agree with me, because those people, love them or hate them, are Hassan, Destiny, and Vosh. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, by someone who's listened to almost every single video that all 3 of those people have done about trans issues, that they know what the fuck they're talking about. They know what they're talking about, and I give them the stamp of approval to speak for me. Okay, there's a lot of people who do speak for us anyway, so at least they're doing it in a good way. You know, you can't stop people. The whole boycotting thing, the Hogwarts thing, I probably made a lot of enemies in the trans community on my stance on that. Made a whole video about it. I'm like, it's not effective. You want it to be effective, but it isn't. If it doesn't work, then stop doing it. So like what people do is they say like, oh, we need to get everyone to stop playing that game. It's not going to happen. And you know, if it did, what good would it do anyway? Like people not playing a game, you know, J.K. Rowling making like a $10 less, you know, like basically, like I made a lot of enemies in the trans community. In fact, I'm not even sure if you just left because of that. You know, it's a very, you know, it's either I'm not popular with the cisgender crowd or I'm not popular with the transgender crowd. The thing is there's decent trans people out there. I know, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty decent. I've met other trans people on the internet who are pretty decent. I don't think everybody fits into that stereotype of demon lord Twitter user. I think that's just a completely separate category that has nothing to do with whether you're LGBT or not. Like I think it's just like demon lord Twitter. That's it. Like that's just, there's a certain type of person, I am not popular with them, regardless of whether they're trans or not. Like I am not popular with demon lord Twitter, because as soon as I say something they don't like, they cancel me. And the thing is, canceling doesn't work. It just makes people more popular. So if I, you know, please cancel me. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Like, look at J.K. Rowling. She's getting more attention than ever. It's like the Streisand effect. By paying so much attention to it, people have drawn more attention to it. And, you know, literally, she could just be irrelevant, which is what she deserves. She is not a good content creator anymore. She made Harry Potter. That was a banger. Everything else since then has just been cringe. It's just been her like phoning it in, taking all the royalties of Harry Potter and making a book series under a male pen name, which I like J.K. Rowling, like, are you trans? Are you okay? Like, thank you for the follow 7 months ago. Yes. What color panties are you wearing? What? They're lilac. Or no, they're lavender. And I have 2 different kinds of panties that I wear. Let me see. Oh, oops. There we go. I have 2 different types of panties. I have 2 different types of panties that I usually wear. I usually wear the bikini type, and I usually wear the brief type. And so like I do have some thongs, but you know, it's really like, I mean, that's neither here nor there though. Like I mean, I usually take my panties off. But seriously, whoa, why is there so many of me? I know why. I'm not stupid. I just wanted to react like that, just so people thought that I was stupid. You're your own person, have your own opinion. Exactly. Exactly. I feel like the majority of people are like us, or like you. You have your own opinion. You don't need to get your opinion from some content creator. You don't need to like follow whatever the mob is following. And here's the other deal though. I'm not showing my panties. You should go follow my Twitter instead. How rude YouTube. This isn't a YouTube person. This is a kick.com person. And, you know, contrary to unpopular belief, contrary to unpopular belief by people like Aiden Ross, kick.com does not allow pornographic material. I know that's like hard for people to understand that, but it's true. There's certain things that you can't do. There's other websites for that. Also, stealing other people's content in general. Like, what value are you adding? Like, just showing them porn? Go make your own. But I just feel like so many people out there put their energy into like the wrong things. Like, you'll see this on both sides. Like, you'll see the conservatives, right? You'll see conservatives talking about the alphabet mafia canceling them. And it's like they get so hyper-focused on not being able to say whatever the fuck they want on Twitter. And it's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you so hyper-focused on the fact that you can't say whatever the hell you want on Twitter? Not to, you know, not even gonna go, like, not even gonna talk about, like, why they want to say these things. But that is kind of a question. Like, why do they want to say bigoted things? Like, why? 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 Why do you want to say all these things? But besides that, why is it such a big deal that you can't say something on Twitter? Like, why is that on the news? What? Could you imagine, like, 20 years ago? What was that, like, 2003? What if 20 years ago, some nameless internet forum where some random user got banned for, like, saying the N-word and then went on a rampage on actual mainstream media for not being able to say the N-word on a random web forum that nobody knows about? There's a I don't know if it's still around. There's a forum called Pointless Internet Argument Forums. Is it still around? Oh no, it's not around anymore. Wait, or arguing. Yeah, I think it's gone now. That's shame. That's a shame. Can you show me the panties? No. No. Stop asking. The answer is gonna be no. Instead of asking me that, you should go follow me on Twitter. That's a better use of your time. And you should give me a like and a subscribe on YouTube. Gesundheit. Yes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, how to be popular. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for me because a lot of people I've met in real life and in the internet, it seemed to like latch on to me. Like I seem to have like an effect on people. Like you're an example. The fact that you came back, like I missed you. Even though, I mean, I'm sorry I, like, forgot about you until you came back. But, I did miss you, now that I know that you're there. Now that you reminded me that you exist. I do remember our time together. We were playing Smite, and I remember we were just talking about Smite and League of Legends and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't remember specifics all the time, but I do remember that we had a conversation, even though it was on stream, you know. People come back. People believe in me. And this isn't just about me streaming. Like, this is like me as a person. And I need to capitalize on that. I also need to remember that. Because I think it's so easy to, like, just look at the short term and look at, like, a very small section of my life and judging my popularity based on that. When I say popularity, I mean, like, the actual, like, it's weird because a lot of people say that popularity isn't important, but it is. Because if you're unpopular, that means that you can't function in the world, because there's people who are unpopular for a reason, because they did bad things, or they just, you know, they're just very unlikable. And, you know, people can say, you know, obviously if you're unpopular for a reason that isn't fair, that's different. There's things that are wrong, like people being unpopular because they're transgender, for example. I feel like there's a lot. Oh, we talked about Uriel being an archangel. Yes, because of my novel, one of my novels. Yes. I remember that conversation. We talked about angels being gender neutral, or rather gender expansive. We talked about, you know, like angels being, like archangels being both male and female, depending on like what version you're, or like where they appear, and that they have no particular gender, like, and how like that's actually like the Bible confirms trans people, if anything. And that's a big, like, if anything, like, like that's like, it's kind of a stretch if you're trying to talk about gender at all in the Bible, like, which it's not. Like, if anything, it's like not even talked about. Like, gender is not a thing, like, really, like, as far as like people using the Bible as an excuse to like hate trans people. Like, if anything, it confirms us, because like Father, Son, Holy Ghost, archangels being like sometimes male, sometimes female, or no gender, like angels just being beyond gender entirely, like, and you know, that's like a whole conversation. Hey, what's up, Appliance Archive? Are you gonna archive my toaster? Are you gonna archive my toaster? Because my toaster, oops, my toaster needs to be archived. Yes. At the moment, I'm getting my name changed to Ariel. Well, that's amazing. Ariel or Ariel? Ariel. Ariel. Good improvisation. Define good. Yeah. So there's like yeah. I am a likable, generally, overall, mostly, likable as a person. Like, I'm a pretty pleasant person. I don't know, like, some people might judge me based on certain, moments that's happened on my stream that may have been spread around on YouTube and other places. I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Kick.com, I'm on DLive, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Africa TV, believe it or not, a Korean streaming website. Like, I'm generally a likable person. Most people who meet me, and who are also like decent people, tend to see me as like a very pleasant person. Like, I'm not, and you know, this is more true after transitioning, by the way. But I mostly am more harsh on myself than other people are. Most people most people seem to not have any problems with me at all, at the very least. At the very least, most people seem to have problems with me. Now, the people who have problems with me tend to be people who want something from me that I can't deliver, or they just don't like me for whatever reason. Which one gets you the most traction? I have no idea. I don't get much traction anywhere. Probably Twitter. And I would say probably Twitter. But my Twitter is still very, very troubling. This is kind of like why I need to continue to come back and like kind of workshop, like a lot of like what I'm doing wrong. Like, what am I doing wrong? I know a couple things. Some things I know I'm doing wrong, and it's like I'm aware of it, and there's a reason why I'm not working on it. Like, for example, I'm not putting a ton of effort into editing videos. And the reason is because I'm not putting a ton of effort into making videos. And the reason why that is because I am so fucking exhausted from going through an extremely difficult medical transition, waiting for surgeries to happen, that's causing me so much stress. On top of that, I'm going to therapy every week, and I have a case manager that I'm working with to try to get myself out of the trailer park, to get myself to improve my disability, so that I'm not disabled, so I can actually function in the world. Well, thank you. What is your content? That is a good question. What is my content? The main content is the one that makes me the most money. And you're gonna have to ask me about that on my Twitter. Because I don't really know what it is right now. I'm really drawing a blank. Like, I actually don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, like, obviously there's times with my personality, Medusa, like, there's times with my personality where it's just so grating, like a cheese grater across your face. And sometimes I don't know if I'm like judging that incorrectly or if it's actually true. Because a lot of the time I feel like I'm like imagining it. Like I'm imagining that people can't possibly like me. But then the opposite is true, and I have so much evidence to suggest that I'm wrong. That people actually do like me. And people actually, at the very least, don't see me as a problem. But for some reason, and this is why I'm going to therapy. You don't tweet, but you need to define your content and have a topic. Well, you know, if you don't tweet, then I guess you're never going to find out. I do have a content that makes me a lot of money. Not a lot, but compared to everything else, like, I made more money in my first weekend on this other platform than I did with 3 years on Twitch. My very first weekend, no experience. Well, no experience on camera, but no experience. First 3 days on this platform that I'm talking about, I made more money than I did in 3 years of Twitch. Okay. Like first weekend, oh no, I mean I guess first month. No, first weekend I made $300. Second weekend I made $300. Like it hasn't been really something I can. I'm really having a tough time lately. I'm really having a tough time. My dad's always home. He's been on vacation, all that kind of stuff. I need privacy to work. But also I haven't really had the mental energy to do anything other than maybe come on stream here. But you know, it's like I can barely, like, me showing up to stream to talk right now. This is like basically all I could muster right now. I am getting ready for a surgery in a few weeks, and it's causing me so much stress waiting for these surgeries. I have my bottom surgery in 9 months. I waited so long to get these, and it's stressing me out so much. The anticipation and anything that could go wrong leading up to it. I just want to be there. I want to wake up from the surgery and be over with it. and the bottom surgery is going to take a bunch of extra stuff afterwards. But you know, that's the next chapter. That's something different. You know, I don't have to worry about, you know, after a certain point, I won't have to worry about going back in, going to the next, like that. I don't want any more surgeries after that. I don't need any more surgeries. Like, I just need my face worked on, and I need my vagina. I don't need breast augmentation. I don't need body contouring. I'm doing great, except for those two things. And they're happening soon. And when they happen, they don't have to ever happen again. Like, you know, barring some very, very severe problem. But, you know, once they happen, they're like done. You know, I made sure that the doctor is going to do enough work on my face. Obviously not overworking. Not touching my lips, not touching my cheekbones. I made that very clear. Okay, my lips and my cheekbones are perfect. Like, I'm almost already perfect. I don't want to be like tooting my own horn, but I've been told this by other people. Like, this face right here is probably already perfect, but it's not perfect for me because it has masculine features that I can very, very, very tell. Hold up, is that a dildo? What? Is what a dildo? Are you debating me? I do not have a dildo in the shot. I do not have a dildo in the shot. What are you talking about? A water bottle? Oh, you mean like my microphone? You had to double check. You a freak, love it. Yeah, D-Gen, I am a freak. D-Gen to the max! To the max! Yeah, side effects are way too high. You don't think the bottom surgery is worth it? Well, that's, you know, that's your opinion. What do you mean side effects? You mean the side effects of having a vagina? That's what I want. Wanted it for a very long time. Since I was 17 or 16. Like, I need a vagina, okay? I don't think you quite understand. Like, I need it. I need it more than I need to live. I just don't think you know what you're talking about enough to say that. Unless you have a vagina yourself and you happen to have, and you happen to have, had complications, which unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. There is a risk of complications, but the risk of not doing it at all is not possible. It's not possible. Why not? It's just not. Why not? You stupid bastard. You're having faith. Oh my God, we're FFS buddies. We're FFS buddies. Are we going? Don't say the hospital, by the way. Do not tell me the. Do not say. But do not dox yourself. I know you're probably already aware of that. But do not dox what hospital you're going to. Do not dox your doctor. You're on Twitch. Okay. Just don't do that. I have not told a single person what hospital I'm going to, what date it is. But I know that it is in March. And I am freaking out too. And that's normal. It would be weird if you weren't. It would be weird if you weren't. You're an appliance? Well, that probably explains some things. Because having genitals in the first place would be a weird side effects for you. Like gonna be real here. I'm gonna keep it $1.50. Like, if you're an appliance, you probably really don't want to have genitals. I mean, unless you're a dildo, and then you probably want to have genitals. But yeah, like, obviously, if you're an appliance, then having a vagina is probably not going to be for you. What was I talking about? Yeah, so we're FFS buddies. We're FFS buddies. That'd be crazy if we're getting. I don't think they would do it the same day. It's gonna take the whole day. Like, I think there's only one patient that my surgeon sees that day. It's not like my orchiectomy, where my patient was basically just popping out balls, like. Yeah, like the ball yoinker. Yeah, my urologist for the orchiectomy, he yanked so many. I think he yanked like several pairs of balls that day. Okay, and I am so happy to have those things out of me, and I'm so fucking ready to have the final tuck, where they like they peel the banana. And then they push the banana through the other end, and then they like poke a hole in you. Well, I'm going in from the opposite direction, so I'm doing I'm going in from this direction, like this direction, because I'm getting robot assisted perinatal vaginoplasty. Say that 10 times fast. Robot-assisted perinatal vaginoplasty. And it's supposedly, I mean, technically there's no long-term research on it, but so far it seems like it's like either at least comparable results to the standard penile inversion technique, and at best, better healing times, better results. And this doctor particularly, like I said, I'm not going to dox my doctor. Doctors have doxed themselves and allowed patients to dox them on Reddit, but I feel like I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my doctor at risk, especially since I have a lot riding. I have a lot riding on this doctor. Okay, I have a lot. Okay. I'm pretty sure, obviously, there's a lot of incentive for people to not do terrible things. Literally, what do they have to gain from it? A lifetime of prison? Like, what are they doing? It's like, oh yeah, joke's on you. Okay, well, you just fucked yourself over. Okay. But yeah, I don't even like to borrow trouble. Where does your doctor live? Just asking. Come on, big guy. You're memeing. See, we got some people in the chat who understand my comedy style. See, I think there's hope for me yet as a YouTuber and as a streamer. But, like I said, I am so stressed out, and going to therapy and focusing on, like, there's things that I'm doing in my life that are very, very, very dependent on just time. Like waiting for surgery, wait lists for housing, because SSI does not allow me to move out and live on my own. And it shouldn't. Like, the reason I have SSI is to help me improve myself so I can get myself out of poverty. Because I cannot, but the thing is like, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. The only thing I can really show up to doing is not even something I can, like, the thing that I can, like I said earlier, when I define what I'm good at, there's two different things I could be talking about. There's two different categories of things that I'm talking about. So when I define something that I'm good at, what I'm talking about is that either it's something that comes naturally to me and that I can actually continue to show up to do. And then there's the other thing, which is that I'm actually good at it from an more objective standpoint, where people can look at me and say, wow, she's good at that. Like, like some kind of more objective kind of like skill. Like either you can play a piano piece or you can't. But if I can get good at practicing so that I can eventually be able to play it, that's a different skill, which is something I did develop. I'm terrible at piano, by the way, but I know how to study music from a lifetime of playing musical instruments in band and studying in college with a private instructor. Like, I know how to get myself to the point from zero knowledge to at least adequate. Like, in music, especially. I might not start off very well all the time, especially on an instrument I've never played before, especially on an instrument that I haven't practiced in a while, which is all of them pretty much right now. I do practice sometimes. But do you understand, like, I'm good at the activity, not at the results of the activity. And sometimes both of those things align. But most of the time, what determines why I continue to show up to the camera, regardless of what kind of content I make, the reason why I continue to come back is because out of everything I've tried in my life that is somewhat like remotely, and when I say remotely, I mean remotely, that is anything remotely has a potential to earn at least a minimum wage income, if not much, much more, it's content creation. You know, talking to a microphone, into a camera, writing. Like, I can't seem to focus on something that is digestible and that people would potentially spread as like more popular. I don't understand that part of the equation. I'm trying to. You're stressed, depressed? Yeah, I'm not too worried. Facial surgery has like a 0.001% mortality rate. It's very, very, very safe, even though it doesn't seem like it. Because there's so much blood, and they're like grinding your skull. It's like it's counterintuitive. Like your first thought is thinking that it's extremely invasive, but the doctor's like shrugging it off. The doctor's like, it's mostly just like surface level. Like I know that there's a lot of blood and it seems like that, like it's bad, but they're not going near any like major arteries. It's very superficial because it's all mostly on the edges. They peel back the skin and they do stuff, and then they put the skin back on. Like it obviously is not easy to recover from. I'm not saying that. I've seen, but I don't know. We'll see. But it's not gonna feel good. I can imagine. Most people say it's like a migraine, like a bigger migraine. I don't know. Playing a beer pong at someone's funeral? Yeah, let me go do that. That'd actually be a pretty funny video, but only if it was not real. Okay. Beer pong at someone's funeral. That would be a funny skit. I want to write comedy skits, and I want to make videos. I want to make skits with my friends again, but they can't. They're not really into that anymore. So unfortunately, I'm kind of on my own. I miss making content with my friends, but they all got real jobs. Okay, I'm the degenerate who can only talk into a microphone. Okay? And I can't even do that well. You're trying to finish most of the big jobs out before I go under? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what you mean with that, but I'm sure that you know what you're doing. Yeah, I played Diablo. Diablo was one of the first games I ever played. I used somewhere there's a lot of art. I guess. I'm gonna learn how to draw. Well, I've studied drawing before. This isn't something new. I've been trying to draw since I was a kid, and I've never been satisfied with it. But I do have my we're probably gonna draw today. We might not. My monitor fell, and then my camera fell. It keeps happening. I hate this. Knocking things over. This Bowser did it. What the hell? Learning to shade is the key to drawing? I never really heard that. I heard it's more about forms. Okay. Let's try this again. Jesus. That's the proper pronunciation. Jesus. What the hell? Like, what's this trend that XQC started? What? No one person should have that much power over the internet to just like start a trend of making people say Jesus. Jesus. Would you like to play a new Diablo 4? I have to beat Diablo 3 first, which I haven't yet. Because I want to get the storyline, because I've been following the lore of Diablo. And in fact, when Diablo 4 comes out, and if I have an audience for it, I'm going to play through every single Diablo game from Diablo 1, which I own. I own Diablo 1, 2, and 3. I own the remake of Diablo 2, I think. Maybe that was just beta access. Maybe I have to buy it. Ugh. I don't like buying things. I don't even play games that much. I'm playing Final Fantasy 11 with my brother. And it's like when WoW came out, but then also at the same time Final Fantasy 11 came out, and I played Final Fantasy 11. I did not play WoW. I did play WoW a little bit. I played like I think WoW came out before Final Fantasy 11 did. I mean, at least in the United States, because Final Fantasy 11 came out first in Japan, and then it came out later in the United States. And I did not play that. I played WoW, like I played the free trial back then. And I got to level 20 and I had a paladin, and I liked it, but then I didn't want to, but then I was like, oh, well, I guess the free trial's over. And I just stopped playing. And so instead, my brother got Final Fantasy 11 and we shared an account, and I had to wait till he was done just to play. Eventually he got the PS2 version when that came out. When the hard drive came out and that came out, and got a second account for me, and we would play together. And that was a long time ago. It's like 2004. And recently we got back into retail, and we're playing Classic as well. Classic, of course, is Classic. That's the game we originally played. That's always going to stand the test of time. We already know that that's going to be worth playing. And now we're playing the retail, which has a lot of new content. And so it's really kind of fun. I was helping them grow later. You have a larger YouTube channel? Well, I mean, shouting people out doesn't necessarily work. Trolls are always going to come. Like, let's be real. Trolls are always going to be coming. I mean, like, especially if they follow me on Twitter. But no, trolls are always going to be here in any community. It doesn't matter how wholesome a community is. The fact that I'm transgender is always going to bring out trolls. And in fact, I might be a really good lightning rod for people that you need to ban. In any community, like if any given YouTuber or Twitch streamer like rated me, they're going to find out really quick. Even like 12, 13, like 26 month subscribers. They're going to find, I mean, I'm pretty sure some people are going to be a little bit smarter than that, but you'd be surprised. You see how someone behaves, you know, in somebody else's stream, kind of I think that's why a lot of people are, I mean, I don't want to make excuses, but I feel like a lot of people are very afraid of bringing trans people onto their content in like any way. Like, even if it's just pulling up a YouTube video, unless either A, they're showcasing somebody that they're trying to lift up and like they're trying to advocate for trans people, or the opposite, they're trying to shit on trans people. Or maybe there's just like, I don't know, maybe my goal is to like break out into the world in the mainstream. Imagine if I could break out in the mainstream first, just so I could be a streamer. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the Nobel Peace Prize. I ended the war in Ukraine so that I could be a Twitch streamer. Because I needed the clout. Could you imagine that level of clout goblins? That level, I mean, I guess that's clout angel. Wait, is that me? Am I the clout angel? Why call them trans? You don't understand? Because I'm trans. Like, it's not like, it's just like I'm transgender. Like, that's a fact. And the thing is because of the current shit storm that is the discourse, quote unquote, of trans people, it's pretty much required for us to use the adjective instead of, because we usually don't say, like, we usually just say man or woman. Like, I'm a woman. But because of the discourse that's been going on trans people, I sometimes have to differentiate that I am transgender. Most of the time, cisgender people don't have to say they're cisgender. And the only time you have to differentiate is when you're specifically talking about trans issues, or, you're talking about something that applies to cisgender people, and separate it from trans people. And that's not, I feel like we should be heading in that direction, but just because something should be doesn't mean it is. Okay, and like, we live in reality. There's a lot of should-haves, there's a lot of would-haves, there's a lot of could-haves. But unfortunately, it's important to differentiate. Why care if they switch? You're a person, there is no gender. Because, I don't know if you are an appliance, so I'm guessing you're setting yourself up as a straw person, a straw man. Because there is a difference. People do care. Even when we don't, like, we still do. It is an important part of my identity. I wish it didn't have to be the thing that people focused on. A lot of the time they don't, actually. A lot of the times, most of the issues I have is because I'm autistic. I honestly don't have too many problems as a transgender person. Like, most people who meet me, like, they just gender me correctly, and unless I tell them I'm trans, most people don't even really know. I mean, a lot of women have similar faces to me. In fact, I think I look almost exactly like my sister. But, like, I do have, like I said, I'm going in for facial surgery for a reason. Like, obviously, my nose is really masculine. I can't always tell, you can't always tell when I'm on camera because of the angle and the lighting. But trust me, like, I need some changes. Most people don't care that you know. Well, I mean, I see it from a different angle. I see the bigger picture. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people do care. They care very much, and they will make it known. They will be very loud about it. And it's very cringe, and it's shit content. And I just wish people would just, like, stop beating that dead horse. Like, really? Like, it's just so frustrating. You're forced to use the men's restroom? I'm so hard. That sucks. She had your back and just ended up leaving? Good. I'm glad that you had a friend. I have a friend too. I've been really happy to have. And she's been like the very close friend to me in a way that I don't think anybody ever has. Like, this is platonic relationship, but it is love. It is very much love. Like, she's there for me, and I'm there for her, and she held me when I'm crying, and like, it's very special, and I'm overwhelmed. I've never had a relationship like this, like, with I've never had a female relationship. Like, I've had surface level relationships with a lot of people. I've had more intellectual relationships with people than I've had physical closeness and, like, emotional support. I have not really gotten too much emotional support from a lot of my friends. I just don't think they're built that way. It's not their fault. But, I am autistic. I have some special needs as far as emotional support. Like, I need extra support with emotional support. That's actually my diagnosis, is autism spectrum disorder without physical or mental handicap. But I have extreme emotional regulation issues and social integration issues. Which is a problem, because that's the reason I got diagnosed in the first place, was because I needed to, in order to get, permanent disability. so I can actually have some money and actually work on my life instead of just being miserable and like broke all the time. YouTube is toxic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm not talking about Twitter either. What I'm talking about is there's a bigger picture than just the internet. And a lot of the real world carries all. The internet is shitty, not because the internet's shitty. The internet is shitty because the world is shitty. And obviously people are a lot more brave on the internet, especially if they're anonymous. They're willing to say a lot of things they would never say to someone's face. And so you kind of have to take that into account. But make no mistake. Oh, fuck. I don't want to listen to fucking Wolfenstein right now. Fuck. That song, like, does not... I don't like that song. I don't like listening to Hitler. It's like, no. Please, no. There's a lot of truth to the things you're saying, Appliance. Like, there's a lot of truth to it. But there's also a bigger picture. Let me just get some fill-in music in between. I'm not talking about like internet hate. I don't consider that relevant. Like, I've been on the internet since I was 12. I'm 35. Okay, I've been on the internet for like 23 years. Okay, I am done caring about internet hate a long time ago. Like, that ship has sailed, okay? What I'm talking about is the fact that a lot of the times you can kind of use the kind of shit that happens on the internet and the discourse that happens as kind of like a reflection of the overall sentiment that people outside of the internet, which are the same people who are on the internet, have. And so like you can kind of use that as like a guide to like how like overall things are. Like, I personally in my day-to-day life do not experience transphobia, except in a few cases. Because I'm autistic and because I have meltdowns and I have people in my life who don't take responsibility for the harm they cause me. Like my dad is just a major alcoholic and then just goes... I don't know. But like, you know, he pushes all my buttons to the point of getting a meltdown. Because I am autistic, and you know, his abuse and his disrespect of boundaries pushes me, and I feel so trapped, and I can't really explain it unless you have gone through it, because being autistic is not just a very simple thing. It's not what people think it is. It's not easy, especially like when it's the tough times. It's most of the time it's fine. But when it's bad, when it rains, it pours, okay? And what happens is people call the police because I'm screaming, even though they know I'm autistic, and even though they know who the problem is. They still call the cops because they think I'm the problem. But some of the cops, like, even though I legally changed my name, they'll still dead name me. And that pisses me off. It really pisses me off. That, like, I went through all those lengths to legally change my name and my birth certificate. Like, my social security card, like, is different now. Like, I am, like, recognized as female, as Rebecca. Like, they are mentally ill, and I know that because I'm mentally ill. The thing is that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. Because it is important. You can't just ignore it, and it's easy for some people to ignore because they don't have to live with the kind of vitriol and the kind of they don't have to live with the day-to-day kind of sentiment that people have, so they can just ignore it. For example, cisgender people. I'm not saying cisgender people have it easy, because the world is shitty for everyone. It doesn't discriminate, but it kind of does. Some people have it worse. For example, if, you know, like black people have had it really fucking rough for a really fucking long time. For another example, in a different way, in a very, very, very different way. And I have to make this very clear because nothing compares to the kind of stuff that black people have gone through. It's very unique and very specific. Okay, but what trans people have gone through has been also pretty fucking bad. Especially in the recent years, when people have been like politicizing our healthcare and taking away proven healthcare that is proven to save lives and improve lives. And it drives me insane, knowing that people could actually think these things. Like, how could you believe in these things that just aren't true, you know? And it just kind of bothers me because, you know, I'm afraid of leaving California. Because in California, I feel really safe. But in some states, like, they're trying to ban healthcare for adults now. They say, oh, 26. But, you know, they're not going to stop. They get their foot in the door by saying, oh, think of the children, think of the children. And then they use that as an excuse to then target everyone else. They're not going to stop. And it's devastating. And so it's not necessarily the internet hate, and I'm only speaking for myself. Like I said, I've been on the internet for 23 years. The internet hate in and of itself does not particularly bother me. It is annoying, and it's cringe. It's shitty content, but it's there. It's not going away. That if you make content, or if you're even on the internet at all, you're going to get harassed. I think Asmongold made an amazing video on this a while ago, and I think he re-uploaded it. It's a pretty old video, I'm pretty sure. Or he remade the same script of the video. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've seen enough of the way he talks that maybe I thought I already saw it. I'm pretty sure he had a video about internet hate before. Maybe he just remade it. I don't know. Because he was talking about New World. You're from Louisiana? I mean, that's in the South. People are ill in real life. What are you talking about? How have black people have had it hard? All the social entitlements, affirmative action. Okay, I see what kind of user you are now. Goodbye. I see who you are now. I see you. Don't worry, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Yep. Hide user from channel. There, I got you. You're where you belong. It's a safe space for you. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna get baited. Okay, I'm the master baiter. You're sorry for talking about your problems in your stream, girl? Dude! Medusa! Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know how many streams I've invaded and put my problems on the streamer? Do I have a story for you? Do I have a story for you? Okay, story time. Story time. Story time! I'm sorry, I'm doxing myself with this one. I'm sure I won't mind. Okay. Story time! It's story time, okay? It's story time. It's story time, okay? It's story time. It's story time. It's story time. Okay? So, I have to tell you about the first streamer that I ever kind of latched onto. And this person knows. Okay, I've talked to this person. I've actually even had a Discord call with this person. And this person is Alexandra Botez. Okay. I've talked about this on stream before. I'm not, okay. Hey, what's up, Goldfish? ASMR 24-hour lo-fi music. Let's go. I love lo-fi music. It's pretty nice to just relax too. But she's one of the first streamers that got me into Twitch, because I had only been when I first got into Twitch. I'm a chess player, and I got into chess, and she was one of the first. She mostly streamed by herself. It wasn't Botez Live back then. It was just Alexandra Botez. And she had a very small. She had a significant following. Don't get me wrong. She was already like in the 100 to 200 viewer range, depending on the time of the day, maybe even more. But she wasn't as big as she is now. Her and her sister. But she's one of the first streamers I watched, and I followed a lot of the chess streamers. I would go in and just kind of hang out, and she would do collabs with Anna Rudolph, and I really loved those streams. It felt good, and that was one of the first streams that when I went through the kind of delusional phase of being a streamer, when I thought that I want that. I want to get those subscriptions. I want to make money from playing chess. And I understand that streaming doesn't quite work that way. Obviously now I do. But at the time, I was very impressionable. This is before I started transitioning, by the way. And I started streaming, and it was like really terrible. I had no cam. I had no microphone, really. I mostly just played chess, and I just was delusional, thinking that I could just make money just by playing chess with no cam, no mic, no following. Okay, it was really bad. It was really bad, okay? And she knew I existed. I saw her come into my channel a few times. She was a lot smaller then. I'm an OG, okay? Like, she even said so. She said I'm an OG. And that kind of makes me feel a little special, but okay. But I latched onto that streamer because, she's a good streamer. And like, I remember when I started transitioning, and I changed my profile picture. And I changed my name to Rebecca Lauren. I don't even know if I changed my name yet. I may have had the original name. But I think I did. But I used one of those, I guess, catfish apps. I used one of those, the face app, to feminize my photo. And I was using that as like an inspiration for myself to not get discouraged. To like, hey, like, this is like gonna be okay. You just need to manifest, all that kind of stuff. Like, I needed to manifest, like, it's not about who I am now, not about how I look now. And it's not just about how I look, but it's a large part of it is how I look. I am a little bit, maybe that'll be a problem I need to face another day. Maybe in my next chapter of my life, I can start addressing this. I think first I need to deal with actually transitioning with the surgeries. But I think there is something going on with my body image and my face image, facial and my appearance outside of just gender dysphoria. I do think that there's some kind of obsession I have with appearing pretty and being like accepted by others. That's a different it's a different problem for another day. But I'm aware of it, and I'm thinking about it, and I try not to be weird about it. I try not to be toxic. I try not to do things that I try to be healthy. Like, I don't do unhealthy things. That's a start. I'm not like starving myself or throwing up. I'm not like doing terrible things to my skin just to temporarily look pretty. Like, you're a goldfish. Yes, goldfish. I hope you're comfortable. But she was one of the first. She was the first streamer that I came out to. Was Alexandra Botez. She was her and Anna Rudolph when they were doing a collab. And I went into her stream and I started typing in the chat. Okay, this is a theme in the past couple of years that I've been on Twitch and Discord. Okay, it's a theme. Okay, I started typing in the chat. And the mods got annoyed, but the streamer didn't. And so I guess I didn't get banned because of that. But I started talking, okay, about the fact that I am trans. And I said I'm going to start HRT. Because I was trying to get an HRT. Like, that was the beginning. Like, that was September of 2019. Because I started following Twitch streamers and watching Twitch streamers in like June of 2019, and she had already been aware of my username at the time, and I've been a viewer for a couple months at that point. So when I changed my name and changed my face, I don't know if like she already kind of knew, or if she genuinely thought I was catfishing. But I do remember her distinctly saying, "Oh, hey Rebecca, that's a pretty girl in your profile picture." And I think for a second she thought I was catfishing and I was just trying to like get noticed so I could get more viewers or whatever. But I think I surprised her and she was like, "Oh," like I said, "Oh, I'm going to be starting HRT." And she's like, "Oh, what's HRT?" And I'm like, "Hormone replacement therapy. I'm trans." And then she was like, "Oh," and she's like, "I'm so sorry, Rebecca. That's really fucking hard." Like she's like she was very sympathetic. It is fucking hard. Being trans is hard. But I mean, I think she said that knowing that like it must have been hard. And like, I don't think she meant anything negative about it. She's a very nice person, at least on stream. I don't know her in person, so I don't know. Maybe we would never. Maybe we would never get along in person. Maybe we'd be best gals. I don't know. Yeah, we should go hit the town and play some poker. No, she's a poker player. I'm not. No. Anyway, enough parasocialness for the day. But basically, she's one of the first streamers I poured my heart out to about like my personal journey. And I don't know, like that community in general. I have this. I really think I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because on one hand, I'm very open about myself and like what I'm going through, and a lot of people have felt very like empowered by me being so open in like chat rooms, like on Discord and in Twitch chats. And I feel like I may have empowered a lot of people. In fact, I may have empowered people to actually start coming out when they were scared. I just don't know. There's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing how many people I empowered. Just by being me. Like, just by going into Twitch chats and being unapologetically myself. Like, I think there's a theme there. I try not to be toxic. I try not to take advantage of the fact that mods don't always ban me. In a lot of different Discords that I've been banned from Discords before, but I think it's for different reasons. I don't know. I think it's because they didn't want me to be harassed. Honestly, like I got banned from Miskiff Discord because I was stirring up too much transphobia. I just don't think he wanted to get I mean, knowing Miskiff's content, I don't think he wanted to get canceled for having a trans person in the Discord. And I think maybe he was afraid that like I'd go on Twitter and like say, "Oh, look at Miskiff's community." Like I'm not like that, by the way. I'm like, it's not his fault. It's actually not even my fault. Like I literally just exist and people don't like that. Or they think it's weird, or they think it's like cringe. But you know, they're getting over it, and they're gonna have to, because we're not going away. Like, just get the fuck over it. Like, just, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, like, I'm, like, I got tits, deal with it. That's why I'm folding my arms. Hey, what's up, Camzy? Mimsy, shut up, Mimsy. Shut up, Mimsy. I don't know. Your name reminded me of South Park. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I kind of latched on to this person. And I talked to my therapist about her too. And in fact, I talked to Miss Botez about it too. A lot. In fact, I spammed her DMs for quite a while. And then she even answered the Discord call one time. Like, I felt like really validated. I didn't expect her to answer. Like, I don't know why. I was having a panic attack. And like, she's one of the people that, like, she said it was perfectly fine. That I could just, like, if I needed a place to write down stuff, like, it was perfectly fine. And she couldn't always respond. Can you follow me back? Follow for follow? I mean, only if you make content that I want to follow. Let me check you out. You got a Twitter, y'all. Camzy for real. I don't know what kind of creator you are. You like Spider-Man? You like Fortnite? Well, I'll follow you for now, and it doesn't look like any red flags. For now. If you start posting like weird shit, I'm probably gonna unfollow you, but that's about it. And you got a TikTok, you got a YouTube. Let me check out your TikTok. Ah, oops! God damn it! I tried to click onto the thing, and it just went to ban Camzy. Like, I was just trying to click onto the kick chat so I could see it because OBS was covering it. Sad part about trans people that they see themselves differently. They're just people. I know that's a hard thing to overcome. I've been trying to overcome that for a very long time. I think it's because of the way people treat us. It's very hard to see us as different, as just like anyone else. PUVISP. Subscribe to your YouTube. How to use body cams at Indiana's finest real play. Yeah, good luck on your channel. You got a solid plan ahead of you. I would recommend, if you're gonna make gameplay content, you really have to set yourself apart from the millions of other people who make gameplay content. In fact, Asmongold just reacted to a video precisely about why gaming content doesn't do too well on YouTube, so you might want to check that out. I can link it in the chat. Let me just go to my YouTube history, which I probably don't want to leak on stream. That's not my main TikTok? Oh, okay. Yeah, it said like not found. We got 3 viewers on Twitch, 5 viewers on TikTok, on Kick. Got 1 viewer on YouTube. I usually don't pay attention to numbers. Like, I don't think of content that way anymore. I don't think of streaming that way. I think of streaming as like a kind of like hangout spot where I can gather myself and workshop things. You just do edits and stuff? That's good. Good luck on that. It's pretty hard to get, especially if you do gaming. Gaming is probably like the worst possible thing you can get into as a content creator. I'm just gonna be real with you. And like I said, you know, if you watch that video, you'll kind of see why. What makes a good content creator is like somebody who sets themselves apart from other people through either having like being very entertaining or being very educational, like, or both. You know, there's a way to, like, you know, educational content does really well on YouTube, and entertaining content doesn't have to be funny, but it can be entertaining. I didn't see them. Oh God. And for reasons we're not going to talk about, I do not want to listen to this song. Someone ruined this song for me. Probably, probably not forever. Somebody ruined that song for me. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go with this. Have you ever had like a heater? I have a little heater. It's kind of cool. It's a little teeny heater. It's only 500 watts. So it's like way less than the other heater I had. But what's cool about it, it has this like the on switch. The problem is it doesn't have a thermostat, so it doesn't automatically turn off, which is a problem, but at least it's only 500 watts. So it's not a big deal. It usually just like, but if it falls down, it turns on when it's held down. It turns off. So if it falls, it's not going to stay on and like burn down the house or whatever. Hey, Jokester. Welcome. We're just talking about shit. You loving the stream? Well, that's good. But yeah, I'm kind of like doxing myself on my cringe behavior and my cringe parasocial behavior. By the way, I'm going to tell you right now, streamers are way more parasocial than the viewers. Way more. I mean, imagine talking to sprites on your computer screen. Like that. Like, I mean, people make fun of viewers for being parasocial. You almost never hear people talk about how parasocial streamers are. Like, I mean, imagine coming to, coming on a, on a regular basis, showing up to talk to a camera and talk to people who don't even, like, you don't even know. Like, but yeah, I'm doxing my parasocial behavior of 2019 and also throughout 2020 and some of 2021 before I kind of steered myself away from this creator, Miss Botez. She I don't know, she just had like there was some reason why I just felt like safe talking to her about all the stuff I was going through. If you can afford it, you can donate, but please, if you can't afford it, I do actually need money right now. I'm short until the 1st, and it's getting kind of scary. I'm pretty sure my bills are already paid, and I think I have enough for the rest of my bills this month, but I have no idea. I'm really working on it with my care manager, my case manager. She's like case manager, mental health. She's a mental health worker who does case management and life skills and stuff like that. Because of my autistic issues, like I can barely even do laundry. It's really hard to explain to someone who doesn't live with it. This is for a YouTube video. If you do 10 push-ups, you get $50. Okay. How are we gonna do this though? And how do I? Because I can do it on the bed. Turn off the heater. Okay. Also, let me. Yosh! Okay, here we go. 10 push-ups. Get this out of here. I burnt it because I kept it. I accidentally kept it on the heater to try to warm it up because it was wet. And then it burned some of it. Okay. See, it doesn't really. I did it. I'm not expecting a donation. Me and my supporters don't support gays. What the fuck? I knew there was some. I knew you were going somewhere with that. That's cringe content. It's not funny, and you're just gonna get banned every platform that you do that. Not sustainable business model. Homophobia and transphobia is not sustainable unless you're a Fox News broadcaster. or you work at the Daily Wire. That's okay, so if that's not the case, you're done. If you're not in mainstream media already, then you're done. You're not gonna make a career out of that. You're just gonna get banned. But if you work for Fox News or the Daily Wire, then you're good to go. I haven't done push-ups in quite a while. What was I talking about? Right, I was talking about my parasocial my parasocial origin story. So I mean, the thing is, I really do feel like I talked to my therapist about this, and I was like, why was I so obsessed with talking to this streamer? And there's a reason. I don't want to dox. But it's already been doxed, but I don't want to talk about it. It's about something related to my transition, and you just say stuff without backing up or giving examples. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have so many examples. Like there's well documented things I bring up all the time. I don't know. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. But I don't know. It's like, I do think that she genuinely cared, and she reached out to me. Well, first of all, the reason why she DM'd me in the first place was because she was trying to figure out how to pay me for a tournament that I placed. Because I placed there was an Isolated Queens tournament in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Flax news statement, please give evidence. Come on, Goldfish. Really? You really need me to give evidence about Fox News? You really need me to give evidence? Have you been living under a rock? You literally just search transgender in Fox News, you'll find like 100 different examples. In fact, I'm not going to show it on stream because I don't want to give them a platform, because obviously my platform is way bigger than theirs. Fox News, transgender. Ex-NFL star Marcellus Wiley takes issue with his opinion on transgender women competing against biological females. Fox News contributor Caitlyn Jenner weighs in on the protest concerning and then Caitlyn Jenner is like a freaking episode mocking transgender ideology. Rowling has come under fire from trans activists for years for her defense of biological women. Trans activist claims it's incredibly offensive. I can't read the whole thing. I don't know what these articles about, but I'm sure if you go in there, you're going to see plenty of examples why. Oh yeah, they find like the 1 or 2 people that detransition and they hyper focus on them with like bias. What do they call it? Confirmation bias. They have a lot of confirmation bias. This is just this month, February 3rd, 2023. Former trans kid shares agony of side effects from mutilating medical transition. I've gotten no help. Yeah, that's not true. In fact, transgender people get the most pushback just for being trans, that I do not believe for a second that this person was not deterred from transitioning. They find like one or two people who express regret, and then they hyperfix on that with confirmation bias. They're like, see, look at this one person, right? You agree with Fox News, they're not attacking trans people? I'm sorry, you're banned. Goodbye. You're just a goldfish. Why should I care if you're banned or not? Anyway. I have a bird and a goldfish on your stream now. Hey, Rogue Slushy. A burb. A burb. I have a burb. A burb. A burb. And a burb. A burb and a burb. Nope, we no longer have a goldfish. We had an appliance earlier, and then we had a goldfish. I don't think the kind of like quote unquote relationship. The thing is like I placed like the top in my well, I tied for first. I would have gotten first if I weren't for those meddling kids. No, I actually had a checkmate on one of those games and I completely missed it. I should have actually won, and I would have got the whole like $500 or whatever. But I won in a tournament after the pandemic hit. Chess got really popular, and the Isolated Queens tournament happened, and I tied for first in my section. And she reached out to me because she needed to know my PayPal, which at that point leaked my dead name. At the time, still my legal name. And I was like, this is gonna leak my legal name, and you know, like I'm like, I trust you with this, and you know, of course I trusted her, and I still do. She's a very, very responsible and professional person, which I don't think a lot of people really are in this world, especially in streaming. And it's really kind of refreshing seeing somebody who's so professional. But I gave her my PayPal, and she gave me the money, and that was really awesome. But then later, after I turn the music off for this, is a moment of silence. When Reckful killed himself, she reached out, and by the way, I have a story about Reckful. I actually discovered him when he started playing chess, and I feel like, and I think the only stream that I ever watched of Reckful was his final stream. And that kind of stuck with me. I knew more about Reckful after he died than when he lived, because I found out about him, because of, obviously the news hit everyone and it affected everyone. And after he died, Alex Botez reached out to me because she knew I was struggling with mental illness, and she said, I'm just wondering if you're okay. And then I don't know if I found out. I didn't find out Reckful died until after that. So I think that's what triggered that. I think she was just thinking about me because she knew I was having trouble. And that's kind of where, like, I felt safe. Like, in a lot of the Discord, at the time, I didn't really feel safe talking to a lot of the people on Discord about a lot of my mental health issues. And I kind of she made it clear that it was perfectly okay to send her messages on Discord. And so I did. I sent like a ton of messages over like a very long time. A lot of messages. And apparently she made it very clear that she did read it. It was apparent to me that she actually didn't just like pretend to read it. Like, it was like she knew. She knows a lot about me. A lot of people do, because I'm very outspoken about my life. It's kind of one of my parts of, it's probably actually like a big part of my brand. It's like, I put myself out there. It is slightly performative, because I have been performing my whole life, not just like on stage, like with music and stuff and singing. Like, but I've been performing my whole life because I've had to mask as an autistic person. So everything that I've ever done in public was a performance. And when the performance breaks, that's when people saw like that I wasn't okay. Because, you know, it's some points I just couldn't handle the masking. And people saw like what I was really feeling. And it scared people. And then they got uncomfortable. And then, like, you know, teachers saw me as a problem in elementary school and such. And even in like middle school, high school, just to try to get along with people, to try to fit in, I had to mask. I had to be a version of myself that wasn't necessarily like a fake version of myself. It was just like, it was a kind of more performative version of myself. But I you know, I didn't really particularly feel like, you know, like she made it very clear, like she can't always reply. And I understood that. She's like a, you know, successful streamer. And she blew up really big during COVID. And I was cheering her on the whole time, her and her sister. Because I remember when she was like 100 viewers. And I was like, she's like awesome streamer. Her and her sister are like so amazing. And I didn't think about view count. I just saw these are amazing streamers. I want to be like them. Like, I was like, it didn't matter that they weren't famous at the time. Like I saw that they had a lot of viewers eventually, but to me, 100 viewers was already a lot. But they, you know, they weren't big as, you know, as like Hikaru or like the other chess streamers, or especially not the rest of Twitch. COVID blew up, and then chess got a lot of attention, and a lot of chess streamers blew up as well, including the ones who were already kind of big. They got bigger. And then Botez Sisters, of course, blew up, because they're just amazing streamers, really good at what they do. They know how to entertain their fans. They're very good to their fans. And I just remember like, I don't know, I felt like it wasn't like, it's not the same as like the way I feel about people in real life, but there was a kind of like pen pal feeling with Miss Botez. And like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that if somebody was out on the outside looking in, they'd probably think I was a creep or whatever. I don't think she felt that way. She might. Maybe she's scared of me. I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is I know who I am, and I know the kind of person I am. And I know that I don't act weird around people in real life. I'm a pretty decent person, and I'm pretty respectful. And I feel like, you know, as I can grow my platforms, eventually, I feel like if I can enter the professional space, I feel like I'll be a refreshing addition to the cast of characters or whatever. I feel like people would be surprised because of the way I am in person is so different than I am on the internet. Like, so fucking different. like nobody, like, it's hard for a lot of people to believe. Like, people would have no, like, people, I think people are scared of me. Like, they think I'm crazy or something. But it's like, I feel like if people actually met me, they would like be like, oh, like, it's not what I thought at all. I actually have a house. You're living in a trailer just for show. I've made that joke before. That I'm actually like a multi-millionaire. Like I'm like secretly like a ghostwriter or something. Like I'm secretly like a professional, like successful, like millionaire, like a ghostwriter for like a whole bunch of different writers or something like that. Like, or like I'm like very successful at something that nobody knows about because I do it under a different name. I've made that joke before. When I actually do get success, I'm gonna make that joke as if it was always real. And nobody will be able to, there's gonna be plausible deniability. That people are gonna be like, not sure. like I'm waiting for the moment where I like actually have like the kind of money to like do this joke. You would live in a trailer if you could live by yourself? I honestly don't think there's really any problem with a trailer per se. I just think it gets really fucking old after a number of years, especially since I've been living here since 2014. But I think mainly it's because of my alcoholic dad. Let's be real. Honestly, when I hear about myself, I'm mostly okay. Like, I'm like able to take care of my stuff. I'm able to like think straight. I'm able to work. There is a lack of space, which is a problem for content creation. I really want to have more space, like private space. You know, it's one thing to go outside, but like that's IRL content. That's different. There's certain things you can't do in IRL, okay? You know what I mean? But I need more space. I honestly don't really want much out of life. I just want, like, I want work. I want to work with people. That's the key word. I don't want to just work alone. I want to work with people. And also, you know, creating things. And entertaining people. And also I do want to like have a platform to be able to lift people up, especially trans people. But yeah, like basically like I eventually kind of like I eventually, I don't know how she thinks about this. Obviously it's, you know, I might never know. But maybe I will one day, I don't know. But I don't know how she felt about the whole thing. But at the same time, like, I wonder if she's worried or whatever because I stopped messaging her. Or maybe she's not. Maybe it's the opposite of worried. Maybe she's glad that I stopped messaging her because she's like happy that I like feel like I have other outlets than just her. I felt like I was bothering her. I don't know. But yeah, would you date a trans man? If it was somebody I'm into, I'm pansexual, so I'm just into somebody if I'm into them. Gender doesn't really play a role. I do have a type, and that tends to be trans women, but I haven't been with a trans woman, so I mean, it would have to be, it's a case-by-case basis. Like, that's how I see dating. If somebody's attractive to me, then it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, if they're trans or cisgender, it's a case-by-case basis. There's so many different factors other than their gender that matter to me. Because if I like someone, I'll look past gender. Like, that's just how I am. And honestly, obviously, people are hetero and people are gay and all that, and that's valid. People are asexual as well. But frankly, I kind of think that everybody is pansexual. They just fit more on a very specific part of the spectrum. Whereas with me, even I kind of have my tendencies. I have my types, right? How did you know you're pansexual? I started transitioning. And then I opened myself up to feelings that I had about certain body types that I never allowed myself to have before. And I realized that it's not about gender for me. I thought that I was only attracted to women. Like, I thought I was only into vaginas specifically. I didn't realize I was also into penises. Like, I did not realize that. And then I started transitioning. I felt way more comfortable in my body. I felt way more comfortable with my sexuality. And even though 100% I do need a vagina, I've been able to cope better with that part of my body because of the hormones and because of the social aspect of it. And honestly, just because I know that it might seem shallow, and I know that like passing is kind of a toxic idea, but I'm going to be real with you. It's very important that I pass as female. And if somebody doesn't like that, then I don't know what to tell them, because that's just how it is for me. Is I need to be pretty. Like, okay, like that's what being a woman is to me, is having a vagina. Even though I know that having a penis does not make you a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, I am not a woman with a penis. I am a woman who has a penis that's going to be a vagina. Do you understand? Like for me, there's no other way for me to feel as my gender unless I transition my body physically and mentally, which is obviously a huge part of transitioning, but it's not important to everyone. Or at least it's not as important. I feel like the biggest litmus test for if we have actual equality is when we can make memes and jokes, like actual like jokes, Like, you know, like when we can actually make fun of ourselves the same way everyone else does. Because you notice like black comedians constantly make fun of black culture. Like white comedians make fun of like white culture. Like women make fun of like stuff that like women go through, like periods and like, you know, the way, and also it's a different kind of humor because there's a lot of stuff that's not funny, like in the sense that like there's terrible things that happen to women in general. And a lot of the stuff is just poking fun out of stuff that's very serious. I feel like the best kind of comedy integrates reality in a way that allows us to see it from a different angle. And we understand that things are wrong, but we can poke fun at it and kind of take away the power it has over us. I think that's really what comedy is, for, especially for people from marginalized demographics. You'll never have to pass him. I don't think that's true. I think you will pass as a man. If you're 5'2", dude. Rogue, are you serious? Have you seen Tyler 1? That guy is definitely a man. And he's like, what, 4'9"? There is a way, and I know it's devastating. I hope I'm not bothering you with this. I hope you don't feel bad about this. I'm trying to say this in order to encourage you, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's if this is truly what you need, if this is truly what you need, go get it, because that's what I did, and I felt so devastated. I thought I would never be feminine. I thought my face would never be okay. I thought that I would never grow breasts. I thought that my body was going to be way too masculine. But as time has gone on, hormones do a lot. And they also make you feel different too. It's not just appearances. Like, the hormones do a lot internally. Like, it changes your body chemistry, and like it makes you feel way more aligned if that's who you are. If that's what you need. Obviously, it would be wrong if that's what you don't need. But if you're thinking these things, most likely it's true. But that's between you and your doctor to talk about. But what I will talk about is that if you think your face is too feminine, there is a door that I can show you. And it's called facial masculinization. If you think that you're too short, well, look at some short men in history, you know. There's been a lot, and I know that it's very like considered not masculine to be short, but there's a lot of shorter men out there, and there some of whom are very successful and very, very, very passing as masculine. Like I don't know about 5, like I don't know, 5'2", 4'8", whatever, 3 foot tall, whatever. Some people are you know, are little people. Because they have like dwarfism and all that kind of stuff. Does that make them any less of men? Like, I don't think so. And the people who care about that should be people you don't want in your life. But also, even if that were true, you're gonna be really fucking masculine if that's what you're gonna do. If you're gonna take testosterone, if you're gonna get facial surgery to masculinize your face, if that's what you need, it's really daunting. It's not easy. It takes a really fucking long time, and the results aren't guaranteed to help you feel better. So you got to feel good inside first. But that's a long process. Okay, it's taken me like at this point like 3 years, over 3.5 years. It's taken like 3.5 years at least to feel better about myself and feel less gender dysphoria. But I will tell you that as time has gone on, as the hormones have done their trick, as I've lived as myself, I've become more accustomed to who I am. I look at myself, I don't see the same person I saw before. I'm a different person now. I know it's hard, like I obviously have the memories. Obviously I'm not a different person, but like I'm a different person, okay? it's not just looks, okay? Like, I am a different person entirely. Like, but I mean, I still have the core essence of who I really am, which was the best parts of the previous version of myself. So all the best part, and also, I don't know, you take the whole package with you, and what you do with it is up to you. And I did a lot of work to take away all the broken parts and only keep the best parts, like a baby. Okay, when you transition, it's like having a baby. I don't know what having a baby is like, but I'm gonna compare it to it because it does feel like if I was going to guess what it's like to have a baby, then that's it. Like, you're taking care of your past self. You're taking care of that person and nourishing that person to health. Because that person was broken. Okay? And like, that's how I feel about it. But I can't tell you what to do. Like I said before, like, I can't tell you what to do, Rogue. I can't. I can just tell you my experience, and I'm a trans woman, so I can't tell you what to expect as a trans man. Yeah, I know what you mean. You could be a transvestite. I mean, you could be a drag king. That's one thing. But if you feel devastated by the fact that you don't look masculine, you're probably trans. But like I said, that's something for you to investigate with the doctor. But I will tell you that if you're thinking these things, it's probably because you're trans. It's very likely. Because because trans people, you definitely have gender dysphoria if it bothers you that you don't look masculine. Because people who are just do drag, I don't think they feel that way. I'm pretty sure they don't. They might a little bit, but who knows? That's personal. But people who aren't trans do not feel bad, do not feel devastated by the fact that they don't appear as the other gender that they were assigned, as the opposite. Like, if you were able to do drag and dress up as a man and do makeup to look like a man and you were okay with it, you're like, hey, like, I'm doing drag, LOL. And then you went back to living as a woman, and you like, that was like, you're fine with that. Like, then you're probably not trans. But if you do that and you look in the mirror and you're devastated to the point of tears, or you feel like it's never going to be okay, you feel like life is just unfair, you feel like your body is just like extremely broken, and just like there's no escape from it because it's your body. That's gender dysphoria, hun. Okay? That's gender dysphoria. That is what it is. Now, whether or not you want to transition is up to you, but the gender dysphoria is something you're going to have to address. Or it's going to fester. If you don't address it somehow, like by either transitioning, that's definitely a path. You could also, I don't know, find God or something like some people do, I guess. You could go climb a mountain and do meditation. I don't know. Like, there's all sorts of things people do to try to avoid their gender dysphoria. But I'm going to tell you right now that for me, I did everything except what I needed to do, which was just fucking suck it up and go to the doctor and say, I need this thing that I know I need. I'm done waiting. And I know it's really fucking hard. It's never going to be perfect. I'm never going to 100% pass. But it's a start. But it's very difficult. And for trans men, I don't understand the experience per se, but I do know from a lot of trans men I've talked to, I'm not going to say specifics because they've told me in confidence, but from a lot of trans men I've talked to, the experience seems to be mutual, just on a different side of it. And so what I'm going to say is, like, there is a path towards feeling better about yourself. And whether that's hormones or whether that's surgeries, that's between you and your doctor to discuss and find out. And it is a long process, so it's not going to happen overnight. Even just the hormones alone, they take time, and testosterone is going to kick your ass, and you might really like that because you're, obviously if testosterone is what you need, it's gonna make you feel good. But it made me feel poisoned, okay, because I'm a trans woman, okay, like, do you understand? Like, it's different for you. For me, looking like a man would be terrible. And a lot of trans people say, I wish I could give you my breasts. And I'd be like, I wish I could switch dicks for your vagina. Like, I wish I could have your breasts. I wish I could have your face. I wish I could have your body. If only we could just swap bodies and be done with it. But that's not how life works. And the thing is no matter what happens, it's never going to be what you thought it was, but it's going to be infinitely better because it's real. Okay? And it's really hard. And this is why somebody did mention this earlier. And it is an important point, even though I banned the person. There is an important point, okay? It's an important point. There's an important point is that for us trans people, we're so hyper fixated on the fact that we're trans because it's really fucking difficult and it's such a drastic change that it makes us feel so good to finally start and to go through what we're going through. And it is really beautiful what we go through. Nobody else goes through what we're going through. Nobody starts out as a gender assigned to them and then changes their whole entire body chemistry and goes through surgeries to become the other, like appearing like the gender they know they are. Like nobody else experiences life living as a man and a woman other than trans people. Like I've been accepted as a man and I've been accepted as a woman. I've lived socially as a man. I've lived socially as a woman. And I prefer living as a woman despite the fact that being a woman has a lot of implications involved with it that I was not prepared for. Because either I'm passing and I have the same kind of, and I live in the same kind of realm as cisgender women, or I'm not passing and then I'm also discriminated against in a way not too dissimilar from what cisgender women go through. In fact, the more I get discriminated against, the kind of more I feel, this kind of fucked up, but the more I'm harassed because of my gender, the more my gender is confirmed, because that's how people treat women for all time. Like that's how people have been treating women since the dawn of society. Yeah, not many people, not a lot of people. In fact, like 1% of people can say that. And also, I don't know, I think there's a lot more than the data suggests. I think there are a lot more trans people than the data suggests. But I'm not going to decide for people. I'm not going to speak for other people. I can speak for myself and my own experience, and I am one of the lucky ones, and I can't weigh myself down with the struggles of everyone else. Okay? Like, I owe it to myself, and in fact, I owe it to the trans community as a whole to live my life and be happy for what I have received as a gift from God. Okay? I know a lot of people will insist that trans people, I'm sorry, I'm tearing up. A lot of trans people claim that its spirituality isn't aligned, but the thing is being trans is a very spiritual experience. And I don't believe in God the same way Christians do or any other religion. I have my own spirituality, and I call it God because it makes sense. It's an undefinable thing. It's a thing that both can and that both does and doesn't exist. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cock. Okay. It's like Schrodinger's cat, okay? No, Schrodinger's cock. It is both a penis and a vagina. This is not Luigi's Mansion. Is it? No. This is not Luigi's Mansion. This is Armored. This is Front Mission 3. This is Front Mission 3. Why the hell does it say Luigi's Mansion? What the fuck? Does it need to refresh? Oh, okay. Oh, no? This is like Front Mission 3.
Weird white text thing again? Nope, it's gone, and along with the booze, it's also gone too.
What the fuck? Is it like a mashup? Yeah. Wait, what? I could have sworn. Oh, hey, what's up, Levy the King? Sorry, I didn't see your chat. What's good, my G? Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was just like really focused on this. I'm like, this is bothering me so much that it sounds so much like Front Mission 3. This is bothering me so fucking much. Are you sure?
Hello everyone and welcome. Nothing personal, nothing personal. It's a boss fight, okay.
Oh. Okay, so they got the chord progression. I swear this person got that melody from Mission 3, but they put it on the chord progression of Luigi's Mansion. I feel so fucking gaslit right now. God damn it. Okay, let's just go straight through the fucking soundtrack, okay? This is so fucking, I feel so freaking gaslit. Like, God damn. Like, what the fuck? Like, God. This... I think it's just like the style of the synth in this song. Yeah, I think it's just that. It just sounded so close to it that I think it just got to me. By the way, this is a really freaking good remix by Zalef of Luigi's Mansion. And now I know it's not Front Mission 3. Every time I heard that song, I thought it was Front Mission 3. I don't know why. I mean, it sounds like that. Like, it just sounds... I think it's just my memory of the soundtrack was, like, not correct. Like, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, sorry, Levy the King. I missed you. I'm sorry. You're probably gone already. What's good, my G? You're just gonna act like I ain't here? I'm so freaking sorry. Yeah, anyway, I think that's, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. It's 2 in the morning. I just wanted to, like, you know, kind of go live and just talk about some stuff. Get myself, kind of focused on, well, I think it's time to go to bed. Everybody, I think we got a lot done. I talked about a bunch of stuff, but I didn't really make any content. So, unfortunately, there's another stream where I made 0 content. At least I tried. I didn't just sit around and feel sorry for myself. I didn't just complain. I didn't just go on Discord and complain. Okay. I didn't just go and attack some other content creator because they're doing better than I am. I didn't do all those things. I'm focusing on myself, and I'm a person. You know, I'm not just my content. Okay, like I live my life. Every single part of my life is a part of that. Okay? And I do want to make more content, okay? Like, I do want to make something. I'm having a really hard time knowing, I'm having a really hard time. I'm having a really hard time knowing, like, what kind of content I really make. I think that's like, I need to find out, like, what makes me different. Like, what actually do I have to offer as a content creator? Like, what is it that I can do that would add value that other people can't? Like, what is it? And I'm trying to pinpoint that every time I go live. And I'm still can't really find it. And obviously I think I'm being too harsh on myself. I feel like I'm doing a lot better than I give myself credit for, to be honest. I think I have a huge problem with imposter syndrome. You know, I really do think imposter syndrome really gets people. At least I don't have Dunning-Kruger. Okay, like, at least I don't think that I'm better than I really am. But I have the opposite problem, which is, like, affects a lot of people, especially creators. Like, content creators, like, I feel like that's something that affects every single content creator. But it affects everybody. So that we feel like somehow we're not skilled enough as other people, that somehow someone else would do it better than we would. I really think that like imposter syndrome is something that can really become a self-fulfilling prophecy, with me at least, and probably with a lot of people. Is that what happens is as I just feel discouraged. I feel like I'm not allowed to pursue the full extent of my creative ability because I am stopping myself before I'm even allowing myself to explore those things. And I'm trying to get out of that. I think a lot of it is just showing up, to be honest. And just like, I don't know, I think like at some point things just kind of happen automatically, even without trying. So I think it's just like the trying happens by like trying to like move myself forward a little step at a time and get back to my writing. And also sometimes I don't have to be creating content. I could just be focusing on taking care of my mental health, which is what I've mostly been doing. So right now I'm waiting for surgeries, going through, difficult work with my therapist. And I'm gearing myself up for something that I think is going to be amazing. I feel like there's it's just, I don't know how far away it is, but I just watched a video of an 80-year-old woman ice skating. And the only reason she stopped competing was because she had like an injury. And like she still skates after the injury, and I think she's trying to get back into competitive skating. Like she's 80 years old and she's still going to, skating competitions. Obviously it's a different league. I doubt an 80-year-old woman is on the American team to go to the Olympics. But I'm only 35 and I'm healthy as fuck. Okay? I could live another 35 years, and that's 10 years before I'm that woman's age. And think about another 40 years. Hey, Shogi Explained. We've talked about this, Shogi. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Shogi? You've been here. You don't remember? I'm having my facial surgery in a few weeks. And I'm gonna have my vagina in 9 months. I'm basically pregnant. I'm basically pregnant with a vagina. I'm gonna give birth to a vagina. Isn't that amazing? You've been here for so long. I can't believe you don't remember. COVID messed up all the surgery timelines. It did. Made things harder. But I did it and I kept pushing through. You'll get the reference, but he's our age. I don't know if you got the reference. He's our age. But no, I am getting my facial surgery in only a few weeks. I'm scared to death. But it's gonna be over and I'm gonna be really fucking happy. After the initial contract cleaner? Going to do breast augmentation? No. I got natural breasts, okay? And I like these babies. They're nice. FS is going to be life-changing. Yes. Because as much as people say I'm very attractive and very pretty, I still feel very clocked as a trans person. And my voice is another thing, but then again, I have like the same exact voice as my sister. Like almost. She has a better singing voice by far. But at the same time, give me a break. I went through male puberty and I sang as a tenor in male resonance. So it as a whole lifetime. Until I started transitioning, like 31 years of my life. And I guess you subtract like 5 years. So like I would say like 25 years of my life I was singing as a male. Okay, like obviously the first like 4 years until I hit puberty was of singing. Like when I was like 6 years old until I was like maybe 11 or 12 when my voice started changing. Like I sang as like a soprano until then. And then I sang as like I mean, they didn't really separate us between, they just had like boys and girls when I was in elementary school. Do you know what work you're going to get done? I know exactly what I'm going to get done because I went to the doctor and I've been waiting just for the surgery to happen. I'm getting orbital bone shaving. Like, I'm getting hairline reduction or whatever, or like hairline alignment, forehead, like forehead reduction. I guess it's part of it. I guess it's part of the orbital. I don't know. I'm getting the forehead worked on, and my hairline. I'm getting my nose narrowed. My lips and my cheekbones are not getting touched at all. I made very sure of that. I made very sure that my lips and my cheekbones are staying exactly as they are. Okay? I made very sure of that. I made that very clear. There's a minor adjustment to the back edges of my jaw. I'm not touching my chin. My chin's fine. I don't have a problem with my chin. And I get my tracheal shave. And it's gonna be life-changing, okay? It's gonna be life-changing. But I still, there's still a lot of stuff in life that has nothing to do with the way I look, Gonna come out super attractive. I am super attractive, too. I mean, unfortunately, the way I am very conventionally beautiful, as is. Like, and this was even as a man. Like, I was very conventionally beautiful. I'm even now without surgeries. Like, I'm already very conventionally attractive. Okay, like I got the thin body. I got a great face, even though it's masculine. But I still have a very great face structure. And the doctor was like, you got a great face. And when the doctor who works with faces every day to feminize faces says that you have a good start, I'm gonna be fucking ready. Like, I don't know. But then again, being pretty is not enough to succeed in this world. As much as people like to think that. Like, being pretty or attractive, like whether you're male or female, it's not enough. You have to have other skills. And people, it's aesthetically pleasing. Well, thank you. But like I said, there's a reason I'm getting the surgery. And yeah, I'm going to come out of it very, very, very attractive. But that's not why I'm doing it. But that is a very good side effect. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be very happy about that. That's going to please my dysmorphia. Because I do have dysmorphia about my appearance as well. I don't have any eating disorders or anything, but I do have dysmorphia, which I'm going to explore later. I was talking to someone earlier in the stream. I will explore that in therapy later. Because there's something else too, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to wait until after both of my surgeries have gone through and I've gone through an adjustment phase. I'm going to see how that goes first. Because if it goes away, then it's not dysmorphia. If it doesn't, then there's also dysmorphia I need to deal with. And so that's a different chapter. That's something for the future. And I'm aware of it. And I don't have any eating disorders. I'm not like I said, I'm not doing anything like damaging to my body or my skin or anything. In fact, I'm like doing the best I can to keep healthy skin and a healthy body. I exercise. I started skating, so I have some inline skates or rollerblades. I got some quad skates that I haven't really worked on yet, but I'm kind of just getting some cardio first on my inlines, and I got some ice skates. And I even started doing ballet because I want to do figure skating. I want to fly. I want to be on the ice, and I want to be free. And I do believe at 35, I'm really fucking young, and I just watched a video of an 80-year-old woman out on the ice doing like, she wasn't doing quads, but but she was doing jumps. I don't know what a pistol squat is. It sounds sexual. you squat and something pops out. Is going stealth one of your end goals? My goal is I obviously, nothing will change the fact that I am transgender. Nothing will ever change that. And I'm very outspoken about my identity, but my goal is to not have that define me. My goal is to just live my life as the woman I am. I don't necessarily consider that stealth, because I'm not trying to hide anything. But honestly, I don't want to like carry around a trans flag everywhere I go. I don't want to be protesting all the time. I don't want, I do talk, I'm very, very, very involved with educating myself about the discourse that's going around with trans issues from the left and the right. Just because I have to, just because it's thrown in my face, especially since I'm a content creator on the internet. It's part of it. Hey, Brody, Bob, you. Balance one-legged squat. I'll get there, because you need to do that for figure skating. Are very pleasant to look at. I'm glad that what you said went in a very different direction than what I anticipated. Well, thank you. I'm gonna be, hey, what's up, Dames World? there's gonna be a period of time after my surgery where I'm gonna be very, 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 like, swollen up and stuff. I'm not a dude. What's your nouns, Rebecca? Person? Human? Girl? Oh, you mean pronouns? She, her. I know what you meant, of course. Meant. I know what you meant. Yeah. Basically, I don't know. I don't think I'm shallow. I really don't think so. Sometimes I have that fear. Humans are amateur nouns. True. You're a helicopter? Awesome. That might actually be, with Neuralink. I think Elon Musk, he should, as much as he's like kind of like transphobic and stuff, I feel like he's probably closer to understanding transgender, being transgender as a cisgender person than like most people, because he's literally trying to like create Neuralink. And if we do Neuralink, that's opening up a door to cyborg reality. And if people could become helicopters, oh boy, all those Apache helicopters are actually gonna come out. And they're gonna be like, this whole time everyone thought I was joking, but I actually really did want to be an attack helicopter. And now Elon Musk made that possible. And now I accept trans people. Are you trans or born female? I was assigned male at birth. You don't hey, why do you hate a helicopter identifying people, Shogi explained? They're valid too. They might use he, him pronouns. They might use she, her pronouns. An attack helicopter, that's separate from gender. An attack helicopter just is, okay? They want to fly and whip their blades in the air, and they want to shoot missiles, okay? Why are you going to deny them that when Mr. Elon Musk is going to allow this to happen? You're taming Badussi? Oh my goodness. Can I dance? Probably. Am I off meth? I don't know. I just don't know. Let me dance. Can I sing Michael Jackson? No, I don't want to. Ah! God damn it. Ow! I'm bad, I'm bad. No. Come on! Yeah, rip camera. Rip it. Rip it good. God damn it, what happened? It's just like... It's like a mystery if it's gonna work or not. By the way, I had this game on NES, Shadowgate. I could never figure out how to beat it when I was a kid. Like I had it on NES. I had so much fun on the NES and Sega Genesis. There's blood on the dance floor. Oh God, they fell out. That's why. That would explain some things. The cable fell out. Yeah, like it doesn't always activate, like even though it's plugged in. You knock the camera. Well, I know it happens all the time. But like the cable comes out. And even when I put it back in, it doesn't always come back on. Yeah, this game was pretty interesting, Shadowgate. Oh, come on. Please run Camera Hub. Connect your Elgato camera? Come on. Are you serious? Come on. Jesus. Oh god. Either way, I think it's time to end the stream. Maybe I just need to restart the computer, but it's already like 2:20 a.m., you know? Am I there? Yes, but I can't seem to get the camera back on. It's actually really bothering me. You enjoyed your stay? Well, I'm glad you did. I want to stay. I can't get the camera back on. Let me let me open the task manager. Maybe if I end it, if I end the process. Let's find Elgato camera hub. Okay, what if the service? Let's go to there's no webcam thing. Webcam service? Is there like a webcam service? Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, maybe closing the hub, the porn hub. No. Maybe closing the hub did it. Okay, activate. Nope. Really? Is it the cable? Yeah, I will. I think it just needs to reboot. Yep, I'm gonna end the stream. Good night, everybody. Yeah, it is, Shogi. And there's the background radiation. No, I'm just kidding. That's... For some reason, it's a side effect of my graphics card. It creates cool, trippy effects. Whenever I show the screen capture. Like, whenever I show the screen capture, like, on the screen, it starts bleeding. Like, it's kind of cool, though. It creates, like, a really trippy thing going on. Yeah, I think I'm getting tired. I'm just gonna go read a book. You know, fuck the internet. I'm gonna go read a book like a loser. Okay, bye.